This lecture goes into more detail about healthy starchy foods, or healthy carbs, and weight loss. This is the most important food group for success. This lecture goes into more detail about how these foods lead to weight loss. There persists a lot of carb confusion that we really try to clear up with our patients. We now know that healthy carbohydrates do the opposite of junk food carbs. This is key. Healthy carbs, or healthy starchy foods, or whole starches. Choose any term or phrase that you like. It is important to be comfortable with the words you use and the words you share with others. These foods are essential for health and for weight loss success when you're following a healthy diet and eating to fullness. These are the foods. This is a big food group. Corn, white potatoes, peas, oats, black beans, pinto beans, chickpeas, lentils, pasta, whole grain pasta, barley, white rice, yuca, brown rice, bread, whole grain bread, farro, millet, quinoa, and many other whole grains, legumes, and tubers. And remember the perfect plate. Half healthy starchy foods, half vegetables, or half fruits, or both. And remember, junk food carbs are the very opposite of healthy carbs. They are either mostly fat or mostly fat plus sugar, plus harmful added ingredients. Healthy carbs or healthy starchy foods are in their natural state. They are unprocessed or largely unprocessed, with no added junk. This also includes bread and pasta, ideally whole grain bread, but white bread is fine in certain meals, alongside other healthy starchy foods or with lots of vegetables. Healthy guidelines really do agree about healthy starchy foods and health. These are the healthy plates for Canada and England. This is what scientists recommend in these countries for the population, for good health and good weight. On the Canadian plate, half of the plate is healthy starchy foods and the other half is largely vegetables and fruits. What you can see on this plate are potatoes, peas, squash, quinoa, wild rice, brown rice, pasta, whole grain bread, kidney beans, chickpeas, and lentils. The healthy starchy foods really do cover about half of the plate. In England, the healthy plate for that population is pretty much the same. Half healthy starchy foods and half vegetables and fruits. The U.S. food pyramid, way back in the 1990s, was in fact mostly correct. Most of the foods you eat should be starches and vegetables and fruits. The only difference with the U.S. pyramid is that it included junk foods in the starchy category. We now know this to be incorrect. These starchy foods should be whole foods, not processed foods like muffins, crackers, or processed breakfast cereals. By eating enough healthy starchy foods, everything starts to work better. Better health, better energy, and weight loss. You naturally reduce fat and the calories simply by adding more of these foods. They trigger powerful fullness in your body when you get enough of them, together with veggies and fruits. They actually trigger the exact same fullness hormone that is injected with certain weight loss drugs. If you eat a large meal of the perfect plate of food with plenty healthy starchy foods, fruits, and vegetables, you are full for a long time. Getting very full is essential for success. Another way these foods, with fruits and vegetables, help with weight loss is you don't absorb all the calories from them. Some of the food and some of the calories just passes through you each morning when you use the bathroom. You eat a lot of food, but still reduce your calories. You get the fullness without the weight gain. Instead, you lose weight. You have healthier intestines, reducing your risk of cancer and protecting you against weight gain, even when you fall off and eat junk. You have lower blood sugar, lower cholesterol, and lower blood pressure. Let's dive into more detail about how these foods lead to weight loss. The first reason, number one, is that they are very low fat. So are fruits and vegetables. Oats are 12% fat, potatoes are 1% fat. In contrast, eggs are 63% fat, and most ground meats are over 50% of the calories from fat. And most foods and meals people eat, generally, are mostly fat calories, more than half of the energy from fat, more than 50%. The second reason healthy carbs help is the volume or size of the food that you eat. You eat lots of it, and it makes you very full without giving you very many calories. Let's go through this. If you just add brown rice to your diet, for example, you'll lose weight. We promise. We see this in our patients, and we see this in research studies. Each cup of brown rice has 240 calories and provides excellent lasting fullness when you eat enough of it. In contrast, a piece of cheddar cheese of about the same size has 1,000 calories. This is triple the amount of calories, and it's all because of fat. Eating brown rice, if a 200-pound man wanted to stay at the same weight and not lose weight, he would have to eat 11 cups of brown rice each day. This is a lot. This is the same size as 17 tennis balls, or 8 cans of soda. Imagine having to do this just to stay at the same weight. It would be very hard. This is a lot of food. And this will make you very full. It would probably be impossible to do this for most people unless you somehow force the food down. Even then, your gastrointestinal system probably wouldn't allow it because of the size of the food and how full it makes you. Now, what happens to the size of the food you can eat if you add a lot of vegetables? Well, vegetables are mostly water. They are very low calorie for how big they are. You might think of them as having almost no calories. So adding a lot of vegetables to healthy carbs doubles the size of the food you would have to eat just to stay at the same body weight. For example, imagine if half the plate was broccoli or another vegetable and half the plate was brown rice, and you kept eating. This would be over a gallon of food just to stay at the same weight. Imagine trying to do that. The same is true really of any healthy starchy foods. For example, white rice with plenty of vegetables, same thing, over a gallon. Or pasta with plenty of vegetables, again, over a gallon of food. How about if we use potatoes? Potatoes are a very misunderstood food. Our 200-pound man would have to eat 16 medium-sized potatoes each day just to stay at the same body weight. This would be 1.5 gallons of cooked diced potatoes, or 3 gallons of potatoes and vegetables. This is too much food for someone to eat in a given day. How about bread? People talk about bread and weight gain and carbs and weight gain. Well, our 200-pound man, just to stay at the same weight, would have to eat 1.5 loaves, large loaves of bread. Again, this is about the size of a gallon, and it would be about 2 gallons of vegetable sandwiches in size. This is a lot of food. How about oatmeal with fruit? Well, our 200-pound man would have to eat 1.5 gallons of oatmeal cooked and 6 bananas each day just to stay at the same body weight. This is just to show you that it's really hard to overeat these foods, and in fact, if you fill yourself with them, you're going to reduce your calories by a lot. This is shown, this is proven in research studies. The final reason, in addition to the size of the foods, reason number 3 is that these foods trigger fullness signals, fullness hormones in your body just like weight loss drugs. Always eat to fullness and don't count calories, and remember the perfect plate. Half healthy starchy foods, half vegetables or fruits or both. Even just adding these foods as much as you can to your diet will help you lose weight.